Mr. Rotimi Oyekomi is the Chief Press Secretary to the INEC Chairman. He joins us virtually from Lagos. The disturbing numbers of the violent situation in the campaign since it commenced is troubling, and INEC is worried. Give us an understanding, a summary of the next line of action of INEC. INEC looks a bit very concerned, and that's why he called an emergency meeting. But beyond being worried, what is a line of action? What is INEC going to be doing?
Thank you very much for having me, Sheung. As you know, there was an emergency meeting today between the Commission and security agencies, and that formed part of what discussed. It was on the agenda. And recall that recently the Commission met with leaders of political parties, and this issue was discussed. And we got some commitment from leaders of political parties that these issues will be addressed. But obviously, there is some problem somewhere, and we should not be worried. Because like the INEC chairman said, when you have violent campaigns, that's a troubling indicator that the election might witness of violence. But again, we believe in extensive consultation. We will continue to work with political parties. We will continue to appeal to them. At the same time, we will work with the security agencies, because those who commit offenses should be made to face the wrath of the law.
So let's take it one after the other, and I'd like to know, Nigerians will want to have an understanding of some of the commitment that were made. First and foremost, there were two offices of twin attacks on INEC LG offices, one in Osun, the other one was in Ogun State. Has there been any investigation concluded or any reasons be found out to have been behind these twin attacks?
Well, first of all, Sheung, we don't know why those offices were attacked. And of course, they haven't even arrested those who perpetrated the attack, because it just happened yesterday. And we had an emergency meeting, like I said earlier, with the security agencies. And the Inspector General of Police made a firm commitment that all the commissioners of police in all the states have been told to work hard to apprehend criminals, including those who perpetrated this crime in both Ogun State and Osun State. But again, all Nigerians should be worried about what is going on, because an attack on INEC is an attack on Nigerians. And why do I say so? If you check the assets that we lost in Abeokuta South, over 65,000 uncollected PVCs. That's an attack on the ability of 65,000 people being able to cast their ballot on election day. So these are the kind of things that we want Nigerians to consider, and we need this collective effort to protect our assets. Because again, if these assets are not protected, if people burn down our offices and ballot boxes are destroyed, voting cubicles are destroyed, voters make use of these assets on election day. And if you destroy them, what are they going to use? That's one. The second thing to note is that the Commission depends on the National Treasury for all the money, all the funds it needs to provide services. What this means is that when they destroy assets owned by the Commission, owned by Nigerians by extension, you still have to go back to the national territory and get some money. And this means that Nigerians are paying more for what they shouldn't pay for. So I think we should all be concerned about the protection of INEC assets and make sure that if we see something, we say something. In other climes where you have cameras on the streets, inside the train, inside the buses, when people commit crime and you get useful information, it's easy to trace. But we have not developed to that stage. Those who came to our offices to commit that asset took up from somewhere. They probably took a motorcycle or a vehicle to come to our offices, and they took time to organize those things. It would be nice if members of the public that notice some unusual movement around those offices give useful information to the police so that these people could be apprehended. And then we can find out from them what their grievances are and address such issues.
So,
and then face the wrath of the law.
The other leg to what INEC, the commission's meeting was, the spine of that meeting was on today was the incidents that have occurred in the last few weeks. I'm not sure it's even a month yet since campaign started, and we've recorded over 50 different violent incidents. Now the question is, what is INEC doing to those who are doing this? Is INEC, because INEC has the power under the electoral law to be able to penalize any political party or politician that is perpetrating violence or any untoward activity towards the election.
INEC does not have the power, for instance, to arrest criminals. And INEC does not have the power to investigate. It is the police as a lead agency and security in the country that can do that. And we are working in close collaboration with the Nigerian police. And you heard it today when the ICSES meeting was held. The IGP made it very clear that crime will not be tolerated. And we have firm promises from him that going forward, more proactive action will be taken to deal with these issues. But again, who are those perpetrating all this violence? We need to address these issues with the political parties. And the INEC chairman has done that consistently. I was at the last meeting with leaders of political parties, and the INEC chairman laid bare all these worries that, look, we don't need to attack ourselves. It's not worth it. Let's work together. If you want people to vote for you, you have your manifesto. Speak to the content of the manifesto and let others also speak to the content of the manifesto. Let Nigerians decide who they want to vote for. But when you perpetrate violence, you attack these people, you attack that person, it doesn't add or deduct from what you want to do. So I think the political parties need to talk to themselves, their supporters, and whoever it is that is, fueling all this violence, that it should be stopped. But of course, the NSA, National Security Advisor, made it very clear at the meeting today that anybody, in fact, he went as far as saying that even the party of the president, that's the APC, that if anybody in any political party continues to perpetrate violence, that the authorities will move against such persons and they will be made to face the wrath of the law.
Right.
And we are happy.
Yeah. So, I asked that question, Mr. Oyekame, because under the law, INEC superintend over the activities of political parties, and under the law, the INEC also has a power to checkmate their activities. So INEC doesn't look like a dog that barks alone but that cannot bite. But finally, let me get your commitment on the viewing of polling unit results. And the question or the issue may not be whether Nigerians will be able to see the result at the polling unit, but will there be a granted access simultaneously to view the polling unit result until after validation by the RACTEX at World Collation Center? Because politicians are already raising eyebrow, thinking that there might be untoward activity if that access is not granted to the voting public.
Well, the politicians making this allegation don't seem to understand, or they pretend not to understand what the IREV really means. The greatest access you can have to the result of election is at the polling unit. It's at the polling unit that elections take place. It's at the polling unit level that elections result will be first declared. And at this polling unit, you will have the party agents there who will sign this result sheet before they are uploaded to the INEC result viewing portal. Now, our regulations say that after the close of poll, after the votes have been counted, the presiding officer must record those things and, of course, allow at the polling unit level the party agents and security agents to have access to result to view it and to sign this result. It is this result sheet that is now,
all right,
take a picture of it, upload it to the IREF, and people have access to it. So we are not even talking of the collation level now. We are talking that, look, from the polling unit level, which is the result that we need, is going to be uploaded there. So access has already been granted, and there's nothing about it.
Mr. Rotimi Oyekome is the Chief Press Secretary to the INEC Chairman, giving us a summary of what happened today at the Interagency Consultative Committee on Security for the election. Thank you so much indeed, Mr. Oyekome, for creating time to talk to us. We appreciate it.
Having